YTPC Padre Piper coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube to say hello, YouTube Pipe community, and I hope you and yours are doing well. Wanted to take a few minutes today to record this video and get it posted to do a couple of shout outs. Recently, this is long overdue actually. Recently, and not so recently in both cases actually, I was the winner of a couple of YTPC video response giveaways. One for MGV Squared. Now he has actually changed the name of his channel now to A Proper Fug. You got to be careful how you say that one. But A Proper Fug. And good channel. He's actually doing some rearranging and some repolishing of his channel, almost like a relaunch. And I had the opportunity actually to travel with Mark over to the country Squire last weekend. It was kind of our pipe pilgrimage right in advance of International Pipe Smoking Day. Now, I shot some video on that, not enough. There were times where I thought I was shooting video and unfortunately the iPhone was tricking me and I was actually taking some still shots. But at any rate, I'm going to try and put some of those clips together and have a little fun with that and see if I can get something up on the channel for the pilgrimage that A Proper Fug and Padre Piper made over to see John David and the boys over at Country Squire Tobacconist in Jackson, Mississippi. But I also won a VR giveaway from Pottsville Piper more recently actually than I won the one from MGV Squared, now A Proper Fug. So Pottsville Piper also sent over some goodies. I was actually the runner-up in Pottsville Piper's giveaway, and I believe the grand prize winner of that was Max over at Defiant Pipes. So I've got down in the cellar, you can find A Proper Fug's channel. I recommend that you go ahead and give it a like. There's going to be a lot of good stuff coming your way through that channel soon. And Pottsville Piper, always a wonderful poster here in the YTPC. Both of those wonderful channels. Check them out. Just wanted to share some of the stuff though that has come my way. I think I'm going to start with the more recent one from Pottsville Piper, who actually sent a wonderful little note along with the goods. And yeah, this is sad because it's dated January 27th, so I'm about a month behind in getting this acknowledgement out there. He says, I really enjoy your videos and the positivity and thoughtfulness they convey. You know, I hear that a lot about my channel, about positivity. I don't know. I'm being honest. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's just because I have this stupid grin all the time. And I do, listen, I'll tell you, I'm a pretty optimistic kind of guy. And so maybe that's what folks are picking up on. I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm going to go off pipe script for a moment and say, I truly do believe I have the joy of my Lord's salvation living in me. That's the good news. And so I know that not everybody who watches this channel is into that, but if you want to know more about that, talk to me offline. Happy to share that with you. So thank you, Pottsville Piper, for recognizing positivity and thoughtfulness. And he says, please accept these small mementos of appreciation, and I certainly will. And I got to tell you, this is a little more than small mementos. This is really a nice little package that he sent my way. It all fit into this nice little priority mailer, but there's a fair amount of stuff that fit in here. Right here off the top, this beautiful, look at that, a Missouri Meerschaum. Don't quote me, I'm so bad with these models. I think this is, I think they call it the Acorn, and that's because it's got that shape to it. And if you see, maybe they call this the Devil's Arm. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to go with Acorn because it looks like an acorn to me, doesn't it to you? And because it's got that little, you see that? That little pointy hardwood tip at the bottom there, they can't put the typical Missouri Meerschaum logo sticker on it. So look where it goes. It goes right there on the shank. And it's it's a relatively deep little bowl for the size pipe it is. And hey, this is fun. I tell you what, I don't own one of these until now. Thank you, Pottsville Piper. And it's comfortable. I mean, this is a very lightweight pipe. If you like to clench, this is one you can clench with. Very nice. Thank you, sir. And then he threw in some backies as well into this mix here. So I'm going to share some of these with you because outside of, okay, I got 2 pouches and 2 tins. The 2 pouches I've never had before. And this one actually intrigues me a lot because I wasn't even aware that you could still get this stuff. It seemed like there was some talk in one of the forums I was in, and of course, you know, who knows if it's on the internet. It must be true, right? Would there be fake pipe news out there? Is that possible? Anyway, I could have misread. I didn't know Middleton's was still around. He sent me some Middleton's Black and Mild, and I'm just looking on the back here to figure out who puts this out. Perhaps it is Scandinavian because, let's face it, they own everything, right? But this is a Black Cavendish, and like so many people in the pipe community, I certainly started my pipe smoking with a lot of Black Cavendish blends and still have a fond appreciation for that. As you know, I don't stick to one particular type. I enjoy arrows, I enjoy English blends, and I'm starting to learn to appreciate Virginias, and that's been a little bit more difficult for me just because Virginias, in my opinion, vapors and such, those are fairly high maintenance tobaccos. It seems like they do a lot better with age, and I have no patience to age stuff, and you definitely have to learn to smoke slowly or they will burn the heck out of you. So anyway, I do appreciate arrows, and this one's got a nice smell to it, so I can't wait to give this Middleton's Black and Mild a try. Also, now this is really fascinating. This is one that, you know, if I think I saw this in the store, I probably would never buy it for myself. So this is kind of cool because it might turn out to be a blessing that I really like it. Apple pipe tobacco, and this is made by, this is also made by Middleton. So apparently Middleton's still around, or Pottsville Piper got to some sort of, some sort of liquidation sale from a 1970s stock at a corner drugstore. I don't know. I've never seen Middleton over the counter in these parts, and so I'm going to do a little research on it, and I thank you for sending these my way because this is kind of like, you know, it's Christmas. It's new to me. I've never had these. Wonderful. Now these 2 tins that he sent over I have had, and I don't know that I could ask for a nicer gifting. Particularly this one goes back to that whole Black Cavendish stuff. This is Drew Estates Toasted Black Cavendish, and I gotta tell you, this is Black Cavendish that is sort of the, I would call it the Cadillac of Black Cavendish tobacco. If you think of like Lane's BCA as sort of the run-of-the-mill, you know, I don't know, what is it, the Ford Fairmont. Well, I'm showing my age. That car had been around a lot. But this, in my opinion, is a Cadillac of Black Cavendish. This is a flavorful, cool smoking, never disappointing smoke, no matter what you put it in, and really like it in a corn cob. It's just, I think it gives a full flavor profile of it. It's fun, it's interesting. Is it knock your socks off? No, but it's pretty close for being just a Black Cavendish. Was Toasted Black Cavendish by Drew Estates. And the thing is, actually, I went looking for some more of this a while back because, you know, Drew Estates and their future and such like that. And I've got a couple of tins in the cellar. And I thought, well, maybe I'll stock up on a few more. And they were hard to come by. So you have blessed me, Pottsville Piper, with that. And this is just above and beyond. Anytime somebody will send you a tin of an Esoterica brand, that's a good friend. You want to keep them close because they've got some good connections to be able to get a hold of this stuff. This is Pembroke by Esoterica. This is if you've ever had Margate by Esoterica, this is essentially the exact same blend as Margate with a little bit of a casing added to it, or a topping. I always confuse those two. At any rate, it's got a little bit extra added to it, and that's a cognac blend. So gives it a little bit of a, it's a very interesting sort of flavor. And of course, extremely high quality tobacco, as all the Esoterica blends are. So thank you, Pottsville Piper. And I want to get over to show you some of the stuff that A Proper Fug, that's the new name, no longer. Now, when I won this giveaway from Mark, it was back in the day when he was MGV Squared. And go over to A Proper Fug, again, down in the cellar. And I won, I was a runner-up for his giveaway too. What is that saying? Always a bridesmaid, never the bride. No, I'm happy to have been runner-up in both of these wonderful giveaways on YTPC. Now, I won the package he called the Baby Piper package, which included some over-the-counter drugstore brands and a Missouri Meerschaum pipe, and then some stuff that was unannounced that I'm really excited about that I want to show you. But first off, Captain Black White. Again, when I think back to my earliest pipe smoking days of going to the K&B drugstore and buying my Dr. GAWs while I was an undergraduate at LSU, this is the brand of tobacco I usually purchased, and White was in that rotation. More usual for me was the Royal, the blue pouch, which then I started moving up in the world, and I went to the Tinderbox, and I would buy their blend called Wilshire, which turns out to be, yeah, it's the Captain Black Royal, which, by the way, turns out to be, I know people argue and say it's not really the exact same thing. It's pretty daggone close to Lane 1Q, which of course is the most widely popular selling aromatic in the world. It's been like that for a while. But anyway, White, Captain Black, wonderful. Always good to have that on hand. I mean, that's just a staple, right? This I've actually never had. John Bull, a pouch of John Bull Royal English. This is a proper English from A Proper Fug, combining bright Virginias and Burleys with a hint of Black Cavendish and smoky Latakia. So that'll be fun to dig into. Some Borkum Riff bourbon. I'll be honest, I've not had the bourbon. I have had, I don't know what it was. I guess it was the regular old Borkum Riff. And I think you might better call that one Borkum Rip, because it ripped the crud out of me. And I'm not usually all that sensitive to tongue bite, but I'm hoping the bourbon is a little better. And you know, I'm a little maturer in my pipe smoking now, and I understand that some blends you can't be aggressive with, and you've got to take them slowly. And this might be very pleasurable, taking it a little bit slower. I can't wait to try it out. Speaking of, I'm so distracted. Speaking of a little Matura, I've got to either lose this beard or get the Just for Men dye out, and because I haven't dyed it. Beauty tip for you guys who wonder: I don't dye the hair on my head. This is natural. This whatever you want to call that. At times it even appears to be a white man's afro, depending on what the humidity's doing. That black is real. This salt and pepper, which is more salt than pepper. I'm going to have to dye it, or I'm going to have to shave it. And it's getting to that point where it's about time to shave it off. Sir James, I don't know who you are, but I love that you always take time to comment on my videos. And lately you've commented that you've seen the Gillette representative and he's got some samples for me and all kinds of funny stuff like that. So yeah, last year when I grew the beard out, I didn't do any kind. I just grew it. It kind of looked like that, just a big old bush. But I've been trying to keep it a little shorter and neater. And oh man, I'm looking like an old man. All right, can we get back to pipes and pipe tobacco? All right, a very easily confused old man. A Proper Fug also gave me some C'est La Vie French vanilla pipe tobacco. Another fine aromatic in the pouch. love to have that kind of stuff on hand. You know, that's the kind of stuff you say, well, I don't smoke those sorts of things, or I don't smoke corn cobs and such. I would encourage you to keep that kind of stuff on hand, and here's why. You may have a friend who visits you one day who's not a pipe smoker. Maybe they're a cigar smoker. Maybe they don't smoke anything. And they thought, well, I've always wanted to try pipe smoking. And you know what? For $8, you can keep an extra corn cob on hand, and you can keep something like some Captain Black on hand, and introduce them. Give them a shot to try pipe smoking in a controlled environment with a relatively inexpensive starting approach. And if they enjoy it, you know, you can mentor them. You can bring them along and move them on up the food chain a little bit. Now, a couple of 3 more things that Proper Fug included. This wonderful Missouri Meerschaum hardwood. I should probably take it out of the pack to show you. This is really neat. I'm excited about having this now to try out as well. I never had one of these and can't wait to see how that's gonna smoke. And then finally, he also gave me 2 other pipes from his giveaway. This one, I believe, is, I'm assuming it's like a basket pipe, just because I've never heard of the brand. Now, I could be mistaken. It says CASSILLERO 230. Now, for all I know, this could be like better than Dunhill, and I'm just a goofball, but I'm assuming it's a basket pipe, a Casa Yarrow is how I pronounce it. I don't know. Somebody correct me if you know anything about this. And I'm going to tell you a little secret about my friend over at Proper Fug. He doesn't like pre-carb pipes, and so I'm assuming this was a basket pipe he picked up. And he started, you can't really see that, the lighting's not good. I can see where he started to try and scrape off the pre-carb. It's his own little pet peeve. He actually goes through new pipes and takes the pre-carb off, and then he smokes to get his own cake. You know, pipe smokers are funny critters. Everybody's got their own little way of doing things, and so it looks like he started to attack this one. And I think that probably what happened was he says, "This pipe is not worth it. I'm gonna give it over to Padre Piper. He'll smoke anything." But this one, I'm really, and I, you know, sometimes these basket pipes turn out to be real charmers. They can be diamonds in the rough, and you know, even if not, keep them out in the shed or in the glove compartment or in the backpack, and you know, you've always got that pipe to go to just in case. And if it's getting knocked around, it's not a big deal. Now this one he included, and I don't know why, because this is a beauty. This is a brand new unsmoked Eric Nording. I don't know what you would necessarily, I don't want to drop it, call that. It's almost like a it's not really a Zulu, it's not really a Dublin, is it a Calabash? I don't know. It's kind of got this really cool, neat little freehand type stem to it. This thing is a beauty, and I can't wait to put something in that one. So I'm gonna have to find out from him what exactly this is, and some of you folks might know too, but isn't that gorgeous? So thank you to a Proper Fug, thank you to Pottsville Piper for these wonderful gifts that you sent my way. And what am I going to do? Well, I'm about ready to turn this video off and be done for the day and to kick back and relax. And what I'm going to enjoy is my Mr. Brog number 53 Navy. Don't let anybody ever tell you these pearwood pipes, just because they're cheap, they're not good. I'm telling you, these are some fine smoking pipes. You can break them in nicely. I tend to like these Mr. Brogs that have these larger stems on them like that, and they usually are able to take a 9mm filter. I'm not big into those paper filters, but I'll tell you, these Savinelli balsa woods, I think, do a fantastic job of avoiding, or absorbing rather, the moisture that you can get from being an aggressive smoker, sort of like I tend to be if I'm not paying attention, or from aromatics and such. And what I'm going to enjoy in this today is this from my good friends at the Country Squire. This was actually gifted to me separate and apart from the winnings by my friend over at a Proper Fug. By the way, that is and I'll let him explain it on his channel, but that's a reference. It's kind of like a little commemoration he's throwing toward C.S. Lewis, which I just think is cool because C.S. Lewis is one of my favorite authors. But anyway, this is called P.S. Blend. And this is just enjoyable. If you need to get onto the Country Squire Tobacconist website, Google it. You'll find us in Jackson, Mississippi. They deliver by mail. They've got some wonderful house blends. I'm going to read from you real quick from tobaccoreviews.com. There are no reviews on this blend, but I give it a thumbs up. It says this blend was the private blend of Paul Simmons. Now, it's a little known fact that Paul Simmons, who used to reside over in the Jackson, Mississippi area, is actually the uncle of famed Kiss rock star Gene Simmons. That's absolutely not true. I just thought I'd throw that in there. This blend was the private blend of Paul Simmons, hence the name PS, a longtime Squire regular who departed many years ago. Developed in the early 1970s, PS Blend is an exquisite hybrid blend featuring elements of soft aromatic tobaccos blended with the finest Latakia flakes. This tobacco is semi-sweet, spirited, and rich in flavor. I would say that is a very accurate description. It is semi-sweet. It's very rich in flavor. It's got just enough of that little Latakia running through it to give you that smokiness that you like if you like those English blends. But because it's a hybrid, it's got that semi-sweet. It's not overly sweet. It reminds me, in fact, I get some notes of dark chocolate, like a semi-sweet chocolate bar, which I really enjoy when I eat chocolate. That's just a great flavor, and that flavor comes through in this flavor profile for the PS Blend from the Country Squire Tobacconist. PS, I love you. That was corny, wasn't it? Hey, listen. I am so pleased that you have stopped by and given me a few minutes to spend with you today. A big shout out to all my subscribers, to all the new subscribers. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. To all the old subscribers, I'm trying to keep up with all of you guys too. Out to Pottsville Piper, and shout out to a proper Fug. Check down in the cellar for some links to their channels. And if you're not yet a subscriber, go ahead and give them a sub. If you're finding me and you're not yet a subscriber, I would be honored if you'd give me a sub as well. This is Padre Piper, wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings.